I had my Oscars in, and I had a slight breakdown the other day and was like, oh, you know, I'm setting up all these tanks for goldfish, and I want to try my hand at breeding some lines, and Mike gave me two types to try breeding, and I'm redoing my fish room, adding vertical tanks, adding more goldfish tanks. And I was like, I gotta eliminate my tropical tanks. I gotta just stick with goldfish if I'm doing goldfish. And I started packing up my angelfish, and then I literally sat and cried and was like, oh, I bred these myself, and I don't know. And so then I went out here and I packed up my Oscars, and I was like, at least I can move my tinfoil barbs into the big tank if I eliminate the Oscars. So I packed up the Oscars and brought them when I went to go get the fish tank, and I'm like, well, at least I've eliminated one tank. And then I went to the koi show to help Mike break down his tanks and pack up his fish, and this is why I should never be left alone at the koi show or at a fish store in general. I packed up my Oscars to eliminate a whole nother tank, and then I came home with 4 koi. I don't even have a pond. I don't have a, pond. The pond was next year. And I'm like, this guy was like, he sold all of his koi except for this bag of 4 koi, and he's like, normally they're $50 each. And he's like, I gotta drive all the way back to Iowa, and I don't want to re-quarantine them, and I don't want to drive them all the way back. He's like, make me an offer, make me an offer. So I said $50, and he said sold. And I went, God, I'm stupid. I don't even have a pond. Now I'm going to have to put this tank back in the house in my living room I was going to remodel this summer to keep them in there till I get the pond built, all because I have an impulse problem when it comes to goldfish. So now I traded out 4 Oscar, and I have 4 giant koi. And then I was like, oh, can you write down on a piece of paper what kind they are? And he's like, oh, they're mutts. Yay. Do I care? No. The only other ones I'm gonna get are some butterfly koi maybe when I get the pond built, and then I'm gonna see if my neighbor lady, who's 80 some years old and having problems maintaining her pond, wants to give up some of her goldfish slowly into my pond next year. Wasn't planning on this year. And then of course my honey, love my honey, he's always so supportive. I was like, this is what I did, honey. I'm sorry. I don't know why. It just happened. And he's like, I'll start digging the hole. And I was like, for the koi pond or to bury my body because you're going to kill me when I get home? Which I would not have blamed him.